is the Blitz here on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM on the go at ESPNSA.com. We are your home for the holidays. The week is here. America's game is Saturday at 2, Army-Navy, and all that it is brought to us by USAA. You know, as we come to Army-Navy week, Jason, one of our favorite things to do, and this has become one of our annual traditions, is to meet up with guys of like mind, those that appreciate the military and all that they've done for us, and one of the best is Donnie Edwards, NFL vet, and just a great representative for so many things in the military. I think serving in San Diego or working in San Diego amongst all those Navy types certainly swayed an active post-football career that has been very much involved with our veterans.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, born and raised here in San Diego, we have a tremendous amount of military men and women here, especially my family. I have so many members of my family that are still currently serving in the Navy and also in the Army and also in the Marine Corps. So it means a lot to me. I mean, I grew up in Navy housing here in San Diego, so I understand the sacrifice that it takes in order to serve our country. And you know, I represent that, and I'm able to give back through the Best Defense Foundation to make sure that we recognize, celebrate, and honor our veterans.
And I think about, you know, the recipient of the 2019 NFL Salute to Service Award that is presented by USAA and all the work that you do. And one of your foundations, the Best Defense Foundation, you take veterans back to the battlefields that they fought on, you know, from Normandy on up. What are those trips like for you?
Oh, they're so emotional. It's so perfect. I'm just really happy to have, you know, to create the environment so that these men and women can go back and to finally have that closure, to go back and have that camaraderie, the brotherhood, because we don't bring family. It's only the guys and girls that were there, that fought together, that were in the foxhole. And it's just really special because you get to take 10 days and to go to commemorations, go to cemeteries, pay your respects to some of your buddies that you lost during the war. And otherwise, they wouldn't have this opportunity. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of people out there at these commemorations that just want to meet the veterans, shake their hand, and say thank you. And it's just so rewarding for them. I can't tell you the countless of letters that I've received over the last 14 years from the veterans and how much it meant to them and also to the family to give them an opportunity to go back. And it's really special. I mean, we have so many videos online on our website and our YouTube station, bestdefensefoundation.org. I mean, it's incredible because you can see it, you know, from the battlefield. You can see it like, you know, to Tom Rice back to the Battle of the Bulge, and we're sitting in this foxhole where he got shot by a sniper. He's explaining to us the situation and the story that happened. I mean, and he just like gives me a big hug and says, "Thank you for bringing me here." I mean, that just means so much to me to give these guys, you know, well into their 90s an opportunity to go back. And we want to make sure that we pass it on to the next generation too. So that's why, you know, with our educational part, we're making sure the next generation never forgets what they did.
2019 USAA Salute to Service Award winner Donnie Edwards, NFL legend, joining us here on the Blitz as we celebrate America's game, Army-Navy, this Saturday in preparation for that. And, you know, Donnie, as ordinarily we'd be sitting across the table from you somewhere in either Philadelphia or New York or wherever it might have been. And while we don't get to do that this year, we want to take some of your time and talk a little bit of football. When you get a legend, you get to share some thoughts with. Let's do this. You know, as a linebacking great, as a guy who understands what it takes. Looking at, and we're going to focus on the Dallas Cowboys, man. Looking at the Cowboys defense, what would be the first thing an NFL legend would do to fix what is obviously gone very, very wrong?
Well, number one, you got to play together as a team. You got to minimize on the mistakes, right? Because you can't have self-inflicted wounds. You know, you're already trying to battle the offense, but when you make mistakes that you should know ahead of time and not jeopardize the defense is so important. Period. That's what it comes down to. And it's accountability. Every person on the defense needs to be accountable to the guy next to them and making sure that they're doing their job to the best ability that they can to make sure that they work in cohesiveness with the defense. Period. Minimize the mental errors.
And the Cowboys have not done that. Early on, you could blame COVID in a new scheme and a new coordinator. Now we're in December. I think that excuse is gone. Now, you're an incredible linebacker, and you probably watch linebackers differently than most because you understand the position. You know, one of our former co-hosts here on ESPN San Antonio was Dat Wynn, before he took over some Chick-fil-A's. And I know you know Dat well, and he would always watch linebackers differently, and I learned a lot from him. I want to pick your brain on Jalen Smith because Jerry Jones talks about what a great linebacker he is. From my vantage point, I see what I think are mistakes all over the field. When you watch Jalen Smith, is he one of the top linebackers in your mind, or are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, I mean, definitely it's there for sure. We all want to believe that for sure. I mean, he's at times you see it, right? You see the greatness, but it's the consistency that we talk about, right? We need to see it over and over and over.
That's a very Donnie politically Edwards. Correct answer.
Yeah, he's been very kind. And let's kind of reflect on the situation that the Cowboys do find them in. And when you come down to the end of a season, when you're not mathematically eliminated, but the season you can see the finish line. What is, as a player, what is your motivation to keep things going and to be the great guy you were on week 1 when you're going into week 12 and there is almost no hope? What do you do to keep yourself going apart from just being the professional that you are? But you got to find something, right?
Yeah, it's hard actually because I've been on several teams going 6-10, 4-12. I mean, it's the worst. I mean, it's so terrible because like the integrity of the team, it's fractured in a certain way because we're all not clicking. There's always something going on, and it sucks. It's not a good feeling. But in order to finish out the season right, I mean, you got to look beyond where you are now, and you got to say, you know what, hey, we're building something. Let's just fix it now, and let's build it for the future, for next year, for our team, and kind of just keep pushing through. I mean, obviously, you got to be a professional, go out there and play. But that's one thing you got to look at is moving forward towards the future and what kind of team that you want. And everybody needs to take it upon themselves to say, you know what, hey, now's the time to win. Now's the time to commit. And it's all about commitment. You got to get the majority of the guys that are committed to wanting to win, wanting to study, wanting to spend extra time, and just be committed to it. That's how you win. And then on Sundays, it's easy to play because you've already done your homework. You already know what you got to do. You know each other. You're working together, and you're having fun and winning. I mean, just look at some of the teams right now. Look at the Chiefs. It doesn't matter what the score is. It could be 2 minutes left in the game, down by 6 points. They're going to find a way to win because they know each other, and they expect that. It's that confidence through success that you get.
And so many other teams, they're down 6 and they know they're going to lose, and then they go out there and they mess things up and they end up losing the game. As we sit here early December, who is the best team in the NFC?
Well, I'm a little biased because my wife is a huge Packers fan.
How does that happen?
I will lean towards the Packers right now because every Sunday I have to watch that game. She has her cheese head on, her Packers. So I'm leaning towards the Packers. I mean, I'm becoming a Packer fan, just watching the Packers every week in and week out because of my wife from Wisconsin.
It is that kind of commitment that leads to winning awards like the Salute to Service Award that USAA offers. He is Donnie Edwards, the 2019 recipient. Donnie, one of the great things about coming to Army-Navy Week and meeting with the types that have been so actively part of the military, either in the periphery or part of the families, all that, as Jason and I both are. We're military family, we're military brats, and served ourselves. And one of the things I find from those that have been part of the military, whether raised by a father or mother that was active, spending time in military housing, as Jason and I both have, is military brats, military types have a very distinct personality. And your experience in the military, what was it about growing up in the military that, and I'm going to say it in the best way possible, that made us unique, different, and I'll even go better?
Yeah, I got to tell you, because my grandfather, kept me in line. I didn't grow up with a father. My father was never in my life. My grandfather was a Pearl Harbor survivor. He's very proud of his service. He's the one that kind of raised me. And I learned from an early age because instead of being, when you get in trouble as a young kid, I didn't get grounded and sit in my room and things like that. I would have to go work. I would have to go dig a hole or go take all these. I mean, I would have to work. And it's like, it's crazy because you think about punishment, you think about these things, and if you expend energy and you work, you realize I don't want to get in trouble anymore. And I think what it comes down to is a discipline, right? It's a discipline. It's being accountable, having credibility, and being on time. I mean, all these things all kind of work into the upbringing of that foundation of a military family, and we certainly have it for sure.
And it certainly paid off for you, not in the military, but in the NFL, the same types of disciplines that you have to do both. Now, we're doing this virtually this year because there are no fans. We're not in Philadelphia. The fact that the game is going to be at West Point. Army's a 7-point favorite. I'm a Navy guy. You're a Navy guy. You're right. Go Navy, beat Army. Next year, we're going to be all together in New York City for this thing. And USAA has teamed up. They've created ArmyNavyHouse.com that will allow fans to maybe win a free round-trip ticket. There'll be an Army representative and a Navy, which is a very cool thing when we're all able to gather again.
Yeah, that's going to be really special. It gives everybody an opportunity to go to the game next year, barring the pandemic and the coronavirus. I mean, I think it's going to happen next year for sure. So, hey, be part of this rivalry. I mean, it's 121 meetings, this weekend. And next year for the 122nd, you can be there in New York and have an opportunity to go there. So go to Army Navy House and upload a photo. Let us know, what team you're rooting for and get a chance to be in a sweepstakes for next year. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Go Navy.
Donnie. Yeah, go Navy. Donnie, by the way, I'm an Air Force type.
I have so many in the Navy, and I have my youngest sister. She's in the Army, and it's funny. For the last 7-8 years, I've been watching the VFW here in San Diego with a bunch of. I mean, we're kind of biased being out here in San Diego. A lot of Navy for sure, but she reminds me every year. She has all her gear on, and go Army, beat Navy. But yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, look, it's the best thing that we can do right now during this difficult year. We can still be a part of America's game. This is very special. And it's going back to Mikey Stadium. They haven't played at West Point since 1943. So this is going to be really special.
USAA plays such a vital role in making sure that America's game is shown and viewed as what it is, truly the spectacle and an opportunity for our entire country to gather together for a civil war. Donnie Edwards, thank you so much for joining us. God bless you, man. Thanks for all the good work you're doing from all the veterans down here in San Antonio. We thank you. Take care of yourself. We will see you real soon face-to-face.
All right. Thank you.